I don't think there could be a real civil war, but I think that there could be a lot of disquiet. Like what I worry is there's some little sparking off moment where federal troops go and they start tearing down wire, and state troops say, not a step further. And like what do they shoot at each other at some point? Would they? I don't know.
No, I don't. I think there's two separate things here. There's going down to the border because America's had enough of this incompetent president and our porous borders, so they're taking the law into their own hands, which is good. But as far as like America and a civil war, it's already happened. We had a national divorce, and we're not talking to each other's families are split, and there's two Americas. There's right and left, and we'll never reconcile. Like and I like the analogy of divorce because sometimes I like to joke with divorced couples, and I'll be like, "Oh, I heard that you dropped off your kids with Sandra and you stayed and had a beer." And he goes, "Yeah, I had to because my son had to clean out his shit from the car." And I go, "So are there some sparks? Are we rekindling?" And every time I do that joke, the other person always goes, like there's no fucking way they are ever going back with her. And I feel that way about this divorce. There's the people that would enjoy this podcast, and then there's the people that would say it's evil. And there seems to be no in between anymore. So I think we realized in the first Civil War that there's too many bodies when we fight each other. And now it's just like, all right, let's agree to disagree and quietly separate. And it's going to be geographic. So like I live in a very liberal community and no one wants me there. And no other MAGA people are ever going to move into my neighborhood. And I'm moving out as soon as the kids go to college. And soon the area will be a shitty fucking liberal hellhole with crappy schools because they base it on affirmative action. And I'll move to the South, or like South Carolina, where everyone is normal and good.
Moving to South Carolina for the good schools.
Well, I won't care.
You want to go to North Carolina for that, but Colorado's the place, right? With the interesting demographics. I guess I'll phrase it that way. If I was going to go somewhere, it'd be Colorado. I've got too much family down here in the South, but man, I hate the fucking obnoxiously humid summers. I've had enough of those. Yeah,
I can't go that far south. I need to be like, if I'm going to go to South Carolina, I'll get up in the mountains, but heat is AIDS to me. I fucking cannot handle it. I'm racist towards heat.
I mean, Southern California has the good weather, but it takes a lot of money to have a good life in Southern. Like if you want to live in San Diego, which might have America's best weather.
Yeah.
Like $3 million does not give you a good life there.
What is real estate like there? Like what does a house even look like when you spend, let's say you spend 1.5 million on a house. What does a San Diego abode that costs 1.5 cost? Right? Zach, show me. I bet in Georgia, and again, I'm from down here, but in the suburbs of Atlanta, or if you go a little further out in the country, a $500,000 house is a fucking mansion. It is a mansion. It is a 3-story estate that's 8,000 square feet. It is nice. And there's property around it for $500,000. I bet in San Diego, you might not even be in a real fucking house for $1.5 million.
I'm sure you can find a townhouse at $500,000.
yeah, that's where so.
That sucks.
Does that have a house on it? What are we looking at?
What are we buying? Exactly.
2-bedroom, 2 bath.
That looks like a motel, dude.
800 square feet. If I'm reading at my screen,
I get a motel room there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
I was following Anthony to Greenville, South Carolina, and I looked at a bunch of real estate there. A reasonable house for a family of 3 was $700,000 to $1 million. Because all the New Yorkers are moving down there, and they totally fucked. And you would look up Zillow, and it would be like, this house was bought for $600,000, and now it's for sale for $1 million.
Damn! And you said that was Greenville?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know Greenville.
An ugly house. For 1.5 million.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I don't know. It depends what kind of weather you like too. I like.
Do you like good weather?
I think San Diego's not the hot that you hate. It's like a dry 75 to 85 all the time.
I kind of like dreary fucking overcast days, if I'm being honest. I like it to be kind of chilly. I want to be able to wear like like a jacket or an extra layer. I want to wear long pants and leather shoes.
Not
You're
short.
the
pants.
guy who likes buffalo. The
You
only
don't wear
one.
short pants?
No. I don't want to be in the fucking Arctic with like raw dick in some townie like Zach. Sorry, Zach.
You just said he wants
Get
it to be
strays over there.
overcast. Where are you living right now?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, so it's just a fucking oven.
In the summer it's obnoxiously fucking hot. It's super humid. That's the main thing.
And in the winter it gets down to 48, right?
It gets at night it gets fucking freezing fucking cold. It's just not your real deal cold like you get in the Midwest. But everybody above you would laugh at your cold, and the people above them laugh at their fucking cold. Cold is cold. People freeze to death here. Maybe not as much as they do in your fentanyl-filled wasteland. 3 fucking Chiefs fans died in a backyard high on fentanyl and some other drug cocktail. They froze to death in a backyard.
You know what?
I looked
Fentanyl
up Atlanta
overdoses.
weather. It's going down to 45 tonight. So I think you hear some words.
Getting brisk.
Yeah,
I mean, it's February. It's the coldest
Fentanyl
month of the year.
overdoses are part of our Midwest culture, and I will not have you insulting it.
45 to 50 is perfect weather. It's big in the South. I was in the South recently, and I was fucking exhausted and drunk at like 1:30 a.m. Like, I gotta fucking pack it in. I wonder how everyone else in this bar is doing. And I look around, and it's just
bug-eyed alert.
every single person in the bar, teachers, middle-aged people, young people, old people, they all had golf balls for eyes. And I realized, holy fuck, this whole town's on meth. It's like
there's
down there.
The poor parts of the South, particularly like the mountains of Tennessee and North Georgia, where bootlegging back in Prohibition times was a thing, and even later on, inexplicably, they do meth now because they have those places that they used to hide stills. Now they hide meth labs, and they're way up in some shitty mountain that nobody goes in a town with 500 people in it, and so they have like task forces and squads that have to.
Oh, dude,
helicopter shit and aircraft shit. It's crazy.
Here in Missouri, meth is like a sport. Like we have the greatest meth heads as far as the not great in their scale. They're very unpleasant. They're violent.
I'll give you that as long as you let Atlanta have the best black people, because they're the majority here. I looked up the demographics of your hometown. You're still leading the way. Not here.
We're still leading the way.
I'm in Atlanta.
He's in Atlanta. But he's not in a high quality city like St. Louis, like the cultural hub of Missouri.
Both cities need a nuclear bomb. I said that Atlanta had 1,200 squatters who have taken over, not abandoned homes, your home. Like you go away on vacation, you come back and a squatter is there. 1,200 homes squatted in Atlanta.
Yeah, I watch police videos, and far too often they're in Atlanta, Georgia. Blah 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 blah. Every single time, there's so much crime here. It's I enjoy it. I think it's the spice of life when you drive around and see wild shit happening. But I know Taylor likes to stand on this St. Louis is scary shit. But I promise you,
we're going to be a better city than Atlanta in 100 years, maybe. You know, like we'll
see how the next Civil War goes.
We're an embarrassing city. I hate that. We got a Stanley Cup in 2019. We're riding on that.
St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah, that's just a hellhole. That makes me think of like, it was never discovered.
Yeah, and I wanted to.
Well, we've got Nellard.
Obama's a loser piece of shit who ruined America. And
I don't agree with that.
It's the second coming of Christ.
You think? You think
Trump is the second coming of Christ?
These are objective facts. I'll save my opinion for later.
No, if Christ came back, he would be fit. That's the biggest argument against it for Trump. If Jesus came back, he's not going to be overweight. There's no chance.
Dude, I'm
not a big Christian, but didn't Jesus fuck whores? Am I crazy?
No.
Mary of Magdalene, she wasn't like, what was that?
No, he washed.
I'm pretty sure this is accurate.
You're incorrect.
Don't go head to head with Bible.
He washed the feet of prostitutes and whores to show that even the lowest was worthy of that.
I think Trump would do that.
No, Trump would not wash someone's feet.
Yeah, he might.
He's 80. He can't bend over. None of these people can
I
bend.
picture her putting her feet up.
Yeah, you think, Gavin, you don't think that if Christ came back, he'd be fit, like striated, defined delts? Like
are we calling Trump unfit? An 80-year-old man with a pot belly? Dude, you know what outfit you're going to be when you're 80?
I won't make it.
I'll be dead before that.
Because you'll be a skeleton.
Mm-hmm. I won't be.
Thinner than Trump.
Technically, but not in a good way.
If Jesus came back right now and he saw Trump, he'd go, oh shit, I'm already back?
And then he'd be waving a Trump flag.
Jesus would take his blonde hair out of his eyes. And
can I sidetrack the whole show and pull up the clip I was talking about earlier just so you can see it? We don't have to watch the whole thing, but you got to see this punchline.
All right.
This is a terrible thing to do in a podcast. You hijack it.
No, you're good.
Flips on the.
Shout out Ryan.
What's up?
All right.
I had it before and then I threw it away.
What happened? You threw it away?
I threw it in the garbage.
No. Don't throw things away. Now I've ruined the whole podcast.
All right, I got it.
So sorry.
All right, we're gonna have to start over.
Blue Chew.
Yeah, we've got two related products.
Let me tell everyone about my sex life.
3 times. Okay.
They ask him a question, Bill from NBC. They ask him a question. The border is very strong. It's very normal. And things are going very well on the border. Oh, thank you very much for the news conference. Thank you. And then he walks into a wall.
He's just having a fun time up there riffing. And I like that you can hear the like Seinfeld laugh track in the back from the people who are like obsessed with him. And because at this point, like you got to be pretty obsessed with Trump to go watch him talk somewhere. I feel.
Come on, you're not going?
It's not the funniest thing you've ever seen.
No, he has funnier clips. I think Trump is a funny guy.
Every time I see somebody do Trump's material, they do it better than Trump. Like when Shane Gillis talks about what Trump said with the dogs and everything, the beautiful dogs, it's his impression of Trump's speech is way better than Trump's speech. When David Chappelle goes on SNL and says, Trump got up there and said, I don't pay taxes because I'm smart. That was powerful. When Trump said, you won't remove my tax loopholes because people like me are your donors. That was powerful. But then I watched Trump say it, and it wasn't nearly as effective as when Chappelle said it, nor was it as effective when Shane Gillis said it.
Because you worship black people, and every time they say something, you start ejaculating.
Only black men.
And gays.
Yeah.
Can't stand black women.
And fats. He likes fats.
Only thin black people.
America worships black people to the point of royalty. Like Jay-Z gets up the Grammys. Him and his wife are worth $3 billion. They have the most expensive house in the history of Los Angeles. And he's giving the Dr. Dre Award of Lifetime Achievements or whatever. And he's like, hey, how come my wife never got an award for best album? And then he just leaves. And you're like,
yeah, I saw him pouring booze in his Grammy and drinking it out of it. Like, I guess, trying to be disrespectful, but it's just,
dude, we were talking about gay. Following the Grammys is gay, dude. Like that's
I
have no idea what's going on.
Follows the Grammys and he clinks shovels. He's not looking good here.
He's a shovel clinker, dude.
I have